Here at Comfort Systems USA Syracuse, our #1 core value is safety. Establishing and following policy and procedure is essential in getting you all home safe. The following video will walk you through the hazards of pressure testing and our pressure testing safety procedures. This procedure will apply to all piping material, whether it is copper, threaded, welded, Victaulic, or PEX tubing, and/or any other applicable type of material used in our industry. Most of the hazards associated with pressure testing come from sudden, unintended release of stored energy. Pressure testing hazards include flying objects such as valves, flanges, gauges, and fittings, flying shrapnel such as small pieces of pipe, pipe fittings, or other system components that shatter into smaller pieces from the pressure, flooding in areas where energized electrical sources are present. Most, but not all, injuries from improper pressure testing are inflicted by flying objects. Some of the more obvious injuries include puncture wounds, eye damage, lacerations, broken bones, contusions, concussions, and internal injuries. Employees can protect themselves from all these injuries by following our pressure testing procedures. Step 1. Personal protective equipment, or PPE, is required on all job sites. Gloves protect employees' hands from potential laceration injuries. Safety glasses protect employees' eyes from debris. Hard hats are a necessity to protect an employee's head from any overhead hazards or projectile hazards. While working in areas with other trades, moving equipment and tight spots, it is important to stay visible, easily accomplished with a high-visibility vest or shirt. Work boots with composite or steel toe protect an employee's feet from possible break or crushing injuries. Step 2. Identify 2 competent and trained employees that will complete all the necessary documentation and perform the pressure test. The piping systems testing report must be filled out and signed by 2 competent and trained employees for each pressure test performed. A plan or schematic must be used to document the portion of the piping system to be tested. This plan must be used to document locations of valves, gauges, bleed valves, and other components that will be part of the pressure test. This plan should also identify the maximum test pressure to be used. Step 3. Before any pressure testing takes place, employees must install specific warning signs on the line and in the general area to alert others that testing is in progress. This will include all hydronic, gas process, and refrigerant piping. The section being tested must also have at least 1 accurate pressure gauge installed at the point where air pressure is being introduced to the system. These gauges must be readable from the ground. Step 4. Service and/or isolation valves shall have the appropriate lockout/tagout devices installed, and locks shall be applied by each employee who is involved in the pressure testing. After all tags and lockout/tagout devices have been installed, 2 trained competent employees must sign off that the procedures have been met. By signing off, employees are confirming the system is ready to be pressurized. Step 5. Begin pressurizing the system. Raise the pressure gradually until no more than 1/2 of the intended pressure is achieved. This pressure shall be held for a minimum of 10 minutes to allow the location of any major leaks. A walk-around inspection of the system is required prior to moving forward with further steps. If any leaks are detected during this step, or any time during the test, relieve the pressure and take corrective action to repair the leak when it is safe to do so. Pressure during testing should be increased in 1/10 increments. For every 10 psi the system is raised, hold for 5 minutes. Continue this process until the desired pressure is reached. Some things to remember: never stand or allow anyone to stand directly in line with a cap or plug being removed. Always assume that the pipe is under pressure until you have personally verified otherwise. Always communicate to your fellow employees what lines are under testing. Not adhering to these procedures could potentially create a severe accident that could lead to serious personal injury or result in a fatality. Be safe. Take 5 seconds and 5 steps back to think about your surroundings and work area to make sure it is a safe work environment.